That was Kong Ming Wang with a Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, it's an enormous honour for me to meet each of you, and I congratulate each and every one of you who received awards here today. It's an honour, and we're very proud of you, and congratulations. And I assure you, having made it across the stage, done it at the right time, identified that it was your name, etc., that's the most difficult part of the day. The rest of the day is yours. I would like, if I may, and I don't like to section out, just three groups, if I may. The first is to say it is wonderful for me to see that we had 5 PhDs today. This is our highest degree that we offer. It's an amazing amount of work, and I would like to salute them and also their supervisors who put in an enormous amount of assistance. Congratulations. I would like to salute the one graduate who told me he'd listened to my speech. Thank you very much. That makes 1 out of 1. And finally, I do note, it's wonderful when you do a lot of graduations to see people that you've graduated before, to see members of families that are involved with this university, and to see the siblings of people that you've also graduated. In particular, I note that one of the great families associated with this university, and they know who they are, their daughter was here today. We congratulate you, and we congratulate her as well. But I congratulate all who are involved in our wider family. So well done. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a great graduation ceremony needs a great occasional address speaker. And today I believe we're in for a treat. The occasional address is to be delivered by Mr. Maha Sinnathamby. He's the chairman of Springfield Land Corporation. Anybody who knows of Maha, and you can Google him as we all do, will know that his story is an amazing one. And he's written a book called Stop Not Till the Goal is Reached. And I have to say, as he only gave it to me this morning, I've only had a quick look at it, but I know it'll be compelling reading for me tonight and until I've finished it. Maha is the visionary behind Greater Springfield in Queensland. This was the 2010 World's Best Master Planned City as awarded by the International Real Estate Federation. Maha graduated from our university with a Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering in 1966. As chairman of the Springfield Land Corporation, his goal has been to add value to society by creating a sustainable, master-planned city where people can live, learn, work and play. His vision is supported by 3 levels of government who've spent, because of his vision, $6 billion in high-quality infrastructure in building his city. Key elements to this unique world-class city are health and IT, as well as an education precinct, which includes a university building. This outstanding commitment to community development has provided tremendous social and economic value for Southeast Queensland and for Australia. His contribution to the community extends to a variety of key leadership and committee roles outside of the development industry. Though it was never his goal, Maha's been recognised with many accolades, and I'm not going to read them all, but let me just note a few. He holds an honorary doctorate from the University of Southern Queensland. He received the Centenary Medal from the federal government for his contributions to regional development. In 2003, he was the Ernst & Young Master Entrepreneur of the Year in the Northern Region. He holds the Paul Harris Fellowship from Rotary International, and he was the Australian Institute of Management Medal holder for Management Innovation. This is to say nothing of what the Global Organization for People of Indian Origin have done in noting his international renownedness as entrepreneur in excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask Mr. Maha Sinnathamby to address us.
Chancellor David Gonski, Chancellor, I take this opportunity to applaud you for your outstanding commitment and vision in pursuing bold reforms to education and training to our nation. This journey will result in the creation of great public value for our country, sir. The Dean of Engineering, Professor Graham Davis, thank you very much for your contribution to engineering, Professor. Graduates and your families, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First, I would like to congratulate all of you who have graduated today from a great, great university, a university that I had the honor to graduate also. Well, graduates, I'm sure all or most of you would have had no problem in getting through your exams. Well, I certainly had difficulty in passing my exams, and I struggled to get my degree. Today, after 16 years of learning mainly from books and passing exams, you are entering a new phase of life, not totally reliant on book learning. You will have a new book, a book on success of life written by you. Most of you will have an employer to whom you have to deliver outcomes, and you will deal with very many matters other than to reach a satisfactory outcome to justify your salary. In this new world, graduates, you will be challenged by a variety of varying and unpredictable situations. You may lose your job due to sudden economic downturn, a global financial crisis, or a sudden change in political situations, or a company failure, or a tsunami, an unexpected tsunami. You may have personal problems that was totally unpredictable, and very many others. Well, graduates, anything will come along. Here is where your faith in yourself and having that very, very strong sense of self-belief is absolutely important. No books will help you, and there is only you and you alone. Did you know that you are your best friend? You are with this friend 24 hours a day from birth to death. You take your friend to bed. When trouble, predictable or unpredictable, comes, have a strong sense of self-belief and say to yourself, I will trust my friend. I will overcome this. Always think of one comment which I like you to take with you today. You are whatever you want to be. I repeat, you are whatever you want to be. No one can stop you from being whatever you want to be, provided your goal is legal and right. It's up to you and you alone. Have that strong sense of self-belief, determination, and a will to succeed against all odds. Friends, I failed my first year in engineering. I had 8 subjects, and those days, if you failed one subject, you repeat the whole year. I failed my second year again, only passed 2 subjects. I wrote to my dad, and I said, Dad, I let you down. Mom and Dad come from very poor family. They were very, very poor, and they found it very hard to put me through university. I had a reply from my dad, and he said, Son, just keep going. Don't give up. And he said, the darkest night brings the brightest dawn. Just think of it. We'll all have dark nights in our life. From then on, I didn't fail. I kept on passing. You'll all have dark nights, graduates. It may be 1 month, it may be 6 months, it may be a year, or 2 years, or 3 years. We will all have dark nights of one kind or the other. But when you have that dark night, say to yourself, tomorrow is going to be a brighter day. I'm going to overcome this. Have that strong sense of self-belief. And say to yourself, I am the creator of my destiny. Here I would like to quote Calvin Coolidge, the 30th President of the United States. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men or women with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education alone will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan, "Press on," has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. While President Coolidge was educated, it was his persistence and determination and tenacity and a never-give-up attitude that made him successful. Do not denigrate the value of your education. It is absolutely essential, but it's only the start of life's journey. I emphasize your degree is only the start of your next phase of life, a journey that has numerous hurdles and unpredictable events. There is no book to assist you. You have to write your own book, and you will do well. Friends, in addition to failing at university, I have failed in business. I worked for the Perth Metropolitan Water Board as a civil engineer, went out to the world to make it on my own with a fellow civil engineer and $17,000. Everything we touched went gold. In the first 5 years, we made $7 million. That is $1982. Multiply that by 10. We lost all that money due to a public float. I went to hell owing $42 million and saw in hell a lot of chaps who I knew were burning in hell with me. Managed to get out of it, having to pay $36 million. The banks let me off. Interest rates was 23% those days. Came out completely emotionally and mentally drained, only to start life again. Never give up. Came over to Brisbane with $30,000, 4 children, and started life again. And within 3 years, my partner and me made $9 million, only to lose that 8.5 within another 18 months. Friends, that's when we came across this land, 7,060 acres, 23 kilometers outside the CBD of Brisbane. No one wanted to buy it. It was in the most depressed and socially unacceptable part of the country. High crime rate, high social unemployment, and so on and so forth. Very depressed part of the world. Houses were selling in that part of the world for $23,000 a year. We contracted to buy it. No one in this country wanted to buy this asset. It was just a forest. I said to my surveyor and planner, see what you can do. They came back and they said, chop it up into 40-acre parcels, make $18 million and disappear. I said, no, I'm not doing that. They thought I was mad. We said, we are going to build a city, Australia's largest city. Have your dreams and go for it. No one in government and no one in council, nobody believed it. Friends, I ask you to think of this. Those of us who are not sculptors, we look at a rock and we see a rock. But a sculptor, he or she looks at a rock and sees a beautiful face in it. They bring the face out of the rock. The face is already in the rock. So you will have a lot of opportunities that you will come across. Don't walk away from it. Try and look for that face in that rock, in that opportunity. The government said to me, we can't approve this project. The only city we have approved in this country is Canberra. And for you to get approval, you have to have a validating legislation and an act of parliament. And I cut the story short. After 5.5 years, it went to parliament. Queensland has 89 parliamentarians. All the 89 hands went up. And for the first time in the history of this country, a city was given birth on that night. Friends, this project is moving at a very, very rapid stage. 9.7 billion has been spent to date. And in this process, after having had the approval, we ran out of money again. We didn't pay bank 15 months of interest. They rang me up, and my business partner, we went up, and they said, we give you 30 days to pay up. My second trip to hell. When I went to hell, some of the chaps from my first trip were still burning. And I was burning too. Now you know why my color is that. Came out of hell, managed to pay the debt, and the project is now moving very, very rapidly. It's moving at the rate of $600 million a year. Persistence, persistence, and persistence. Never, never, never give up. We will all have failures, friends. But when you have a failure, just think, the darkest night will bring the brightest day. Just keep going. Trust your friend. I'm coming towards the end, but I'm wrapping it up. Can I say we live in a great country, an absolutely great country, a country that is 2/3 the size of India and China combined in land area, a country that has all the natural resources the world needs very badly. We have 23 million people. India and China has 2.4 billion people. 1% of the population of China and India is us, Australia, sitting on this massive wealth. Don't say that you don't have an opportunity. You have a great opportunity. Above all, we have a country that values human rights and upholds human rights and social equality, where in the eyes of the law we are all the same. No country in this world has this. Take this opportunity on. Don't have any excuse. When you fail, you just keep going, keep going. I'll summarize my speech. The Chancellor said to me, I've got to tell my whole life story. I said to him, sir, it'll take me a long time, so I'll summarize it. Take this home with you. Have a strong, strong sense of self-belief. You are your best friend. You will have dark nights, but say to yourself, tomorrow will be a better day. Bring the sculptor out of you. When you see an opportunity, see through it. See the beautiful face in it. And never, never, never give up. The last one is persistence, persistence, and persistence. Never, never give up. Friends, I'll finish off with a quote from a very famous French philosopher, Descartes. I think, therefore I am. So think big, and you'll be big. Thank you.